Hey guys, it's Tycoon and welcome back to another Roblox Theme Park Tycoon 2 video. Now, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you an updated way on how to make a realistic boomerang coaster. So, I've already built this orange coaster here is just a simple boomerang coaster. Its layout is inspired by the Vekoma Boomerang design of coaster. And they're pretty simple to make, and now you can make them actually work properly with some of the recent updates that added the coaster, such as the Beyond Vertical Drop coaster, which I built one of them, and now it's just in the way of the entire park. So I'm real quickly just going to show the basic stats of like what I have to do for it. You're going to need to be using the improved physics model down here. You are also going to need to go into operations. This stuff doesn't matter, and one quick disclaimer, you do have to have the Ride Operations Game Pass because otherwise you cannot change the ride mode. The ride mode is what makes this work. Theoretically, you can have a functioning coaster, a functioning boomerang that does not require the Ride Operations Game Pass. You could check my other video. It's on my channel about how to do that, one way to do that anyway. Or you could just use a multi-launch coaster and put some boosters to give it the original speed. But I suppose that's basically what I explained how to do in my other video. So if you don't have ride operations, go check out that other video. If you do have ride operations and you want to create a realistic boomerang, you should use this one. So it uses the reverse incline shuttle mode. You could use the forward incline shuttle mode, but you'd have to be keeping that in mind while you're building the coaster. And you'd have to make sure that you want the coaster to go through backwards if you do that. Anyway, if we chuck it into testing mode real quick, you can see that it goes backwards, gets pulled up this chain lift, goes up to the top of the lift, gets let go, and gets dropped down, zooms right through the station, goes through the rest of the track, and basically it just goes through all the things. I just built a few features here that I thought would be interesting, inspired by the Vekoma Boomerang, as I've already said. Then it goes up the last chain lift, goes back down, and just something to keep in mind, the sound of the chain lift going back down it isn't the best sound in the world. But you kind of have to deal with that if you're going to be making a ride like this. Anyway, as you can see, that's how it works. It works pretty well. And now I'm going to be showing you how to make it. I'm going to be rebuilding this almost exact same design of coaster. So if you want to build something else, you totally can, but I would recommend testing it out to make sure that it works so that you don't accidentally make a mistake and build something completely wrong and then have it not work, because that would kind of suck to have to go through and rebuild it. Anyway, we're going to start with just a steel coaster here. I'm going to build out the station to be 5 pieces long, but then I'm going to go back to the end because now we can build backwards, which is very helpful for this because otherwise we'd have to go forward, go around, build something that goes all the way and lines up properly, but now you can just build backwards. So what you're going to want to do is just do a steep chain lift. You can do this at any steepness you want, but I'm just going to be going with this medium and bring that all the way back as far as you can to max height, or really any height you want. I'm going to double right click, which I realize is a thing you can do to switch to this piece quite easily. And then for this design, you're going to come zooming down through the station, go through this, and go into a large loop. Then you're going to go through here, 1, 2, 3 straight pieces, and you could make the Cobra Roll, which is what I'm going to be doing, or do whatever you want. Again, in order to make a Cobra Roll, you need to make up, do a half loop. Depending on which way you want it to go, you could use corkscrews down to the left or down to the right. I'm going to be using down to the left for this. And then you go up to the left, half loop down, and flatten it back out. Now I'm going to go again, 1, 2, 3. Just do a quick little hill up like this, and then a gentle slope down to here because it lines up quite nicely with this station right here. If we just place one more piece, then we can have it go up. Now what I would recommend especially for this design, is to place chain lifts going up on all but the top or top couple pieces, because otherwise the chain lifts might carry the thing right off the track, and if you don't use it, it might have barely not enough momentum to make it all the way back, or it might go too slow. Anyway, now that you've finished building your coaster, however you want it, you're going to want to go down to physics model, make sure you switched it to the beta one, the improved one, put the train lengths to however you want it, go into operations, and switch the ride mode to reverse incline shuttle mode. Of course, if you started out with the lift hill going up this way, and then you built the rest of the track backwards, you're going to want to use a forward incline shuttle mode. But for this design, you're going to want to use reverse. I'm going to be setting the chain lift speed to 250% because I like faster chain lifts. I don't really like waiting on lift hills very much. But as you can see, if we let this pull us all the way up to the top, it's going to work quite nicely. It's going to go up to the top, drop us down, we zoom through the station, and then through the rest of the ride track. And then once you get to this hill, you go up it a bit, get pulled up by the chain lift, lose your momentum at the top because the chain lift stops carrying you, and you go backwards through the course just as you would on the way there, except backwards this time. It's really cool that now we are able to actually build realistic boomerang coasters instead of the ones like the one I had built in my other video. Link to that will be in the description if you do want to check that out. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Maybe found it useful. Maybe you'll build a boomerang coaster in your new theme park, or whatever you really want to do with this. Anyway, if you enjoyed, you could check out my other videos. You could like this video if you want, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. And anyway, see you later.